Hello folks, I've just pressed record and the dog's paid me a visit. As you can see, it's one of those intimidation dogs I've got. No, this is Topsy, so say hello to Topsy everyone. Go on. Bye-bye. Good morning everyone, off we go with this week's car news, and it's actually on time unlike last week, so that's good, isn't it? 15 Tesla Supercharger sites open to non-Tesla vehicles in the UK. So this has been all over the car news and social media this week. Tesla are now opening up 15 of its stations to other brands of vehicle. And those 15 stations have got 158 individual charging points, all available of delivering power at 150 kilowatts. To give you an idea, that's about 20% of their total UK charging stations. Locations include Folkestone, Grays, Uxbridge, Birmingham, Cardiff, Wokingham, Thetford, Trumpington, Banbury, Manchester, Flint Mountain. Scottish locations include Addiston, Dundee, Avemore. Welsh coverage includes the superchargers at Aberystwyth. Now, you can pay £10.99 a month and get a reduced rate for charging on these Tesla chargers, or you can just pay the standard rate, which is going to be around about 60p per kilowatt hour. Not cheap. Bit of an odd move for me because obviously the Tesla supercharger network is so brilliant and so reliable and works so well with the infotainment system in the car and everything. It's brilliant. And obviously it's just been for them for so long. Some people will get a Tesla because they know there's a really good chance they'll be able to charge it wherever they're going. How many service stations are there still where they've got 8-10 Tesla chargers and sort of 2 of something else? So I don't know if they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit there, but at 60p a kilowatt hour, they'll certainly make a few quid doing it. The SsangYong Torres is coming, all new J100 SUV. This is going to be a mid-size SUV, and it's named after a national park in Patagonia. It's quite a rugged looking beast, not dissimilar, I guess, in some ways to the new Land Rover Defender. Certainly there, it's got more than a hint of Defender about it. Not much more information on it really, other than it's going to be called a Torres. It will probably arrive towards the end of next year. So BMW have now confirmed that the M car that they're going to be launching at Goodwood Festival of Speed is going to be the new M3 Touring. So I will be at Festival of Speed on the Thursday. I'm going there for a day out with my mate rather than as a gentleman of the press. Drop me a message on social media or something if you want to come and say hello. I dare say I'll shoot a little bit of video footage while I'm there as well, so you might even get your face in one of those. But new M3 Touring, it wasn't the best kept secret in the world, in all honesty. It's going to be the 3-litre powertrain that's found in the X3M and the X4M performance SUVs, which should give the hot M3 estate an output of 503 horsepower and 600 Nm of torque. And there'll likely be a competition version of this coming at a later stage. Competition's like the super hot version of what's already a fairly warm car, shall we say. All these stories so far, by the way, coming from Auto Express. Speeding to be recorded as cause of many more car accidents. New police guidance for reporting will see a big rise in speeding recorded as the cause of car crashes. Official accident stats are currently based only on police reports from the scene of a collision and ignored later investigations. As a result, out of 1,500 deaths each year on the road, fewer than 400 are currently recorded as in any way related to excessive speed. Current reports suggest the biggest cause of road deaths is poor observation, with the second biggest cause being loss of control. Excess speed and driver carelessness come equal third. Under the new reporting scheme, Met Police Force found speeding should have been included as a contributory factor in almost half of all traffic accidents. In review, it revised its 2020 figure from 19.1% to 46.8%, including cases where the driver exceeded the limit or simply drove too fast for the conditions. Go and check out Surfshark and use my link, which is in the video description and pinned as the top comment. I've been using Surfshark for a couple of years now, and what it is a VPN. That means you can trick your internet, your phone, your computer, your TV, any device to think you're in another country. Why is that useful? Firstly, it helps you protect your online identity. Secondly, it stops eavesdropping from hackers, governments, corporations. Thirdly, you can fool your device to think you're in another country, which means you might be able to access things like the US version of Netflix, which has got tons of different content, to the UK version. Massively useful. And it also comes with ad blockers, so you don't get pesky ads popping up on your internet browsing. Now use my link and you'll get an amazing 82% discount from Surfshark. You get 2 months up front as a free trial and you get 82% off. If you sign up for 2 years, you can get it for £1.69 a month, which is incredible. And the best thing is, using that link helps support the channel. So enjoy that US Netflix, enjoy protected browsing in future, and thanks for supporting the channel. Right, now we're going over to Autocar. The all-new 2023 Lexus RX is to be revealed on the 1st of June. The Premium Marque's 4th generation flagship's been redesigned from the ground up and is tipped for plug-in power. That being plug-in hybrid, by the way. It's thought it'll have a similar system to what's in the NX and the RAV4, which is 2.5 litre petrol engine with 180 brake horsepower EV motor on the rear axle and 54 brake horsepower at the front for a combined output of 305 horsepower. And the same probably also going to be full hybrid models that we're more used to on those cars with the 2.5 litre 4-pot and the 3.5 litre 6. UK charging network to improve after horrible summer. Osprey boss Ian Johnson says UK network won't cope with demand this summer but predicts massive improvement. The UK's EV charger providers are likely to come in for heavy criticism for the state of the network this summer, but concerns will be addressed by the end of the year, according to Osprey CEO Ian Johnson. Johnson estimates that the private sector has around £1 billion ready to invest in the charging network, and the uptake in EVs has convinced car park operators, including local authorities, that installing high quality chargers is a priority. So Renault have shown this concept car, and it's thought to be the basis of a new Scenic that will be coming either next year or 2024. Obviously this is sort of bananas, George Jetson kind of stuff they're showing us here, but the outline of the car is probably not going to be too dissimilar to that. I think it owes more than a tip of the hat to the Hyundai Ioniq 5 personally. But it's a good looking car on the outside. Inside, I can't imagine it's going to look anything like that whatsoever. And the concept's going to have a radical hydrogen electric powertrain. So who knows what will actually come out when this thing gets past concept and turns into an actual car. But I, for one, hope that they do a 7-seat version. For me, a Scenic should have 7 seats. Grand Scenic, whatever you want to call it. So this will be the new BMW M4 CSL, and you're going to be looking at 129 grand on one of these. 0 to 62 in 3.7 seconds, 542 horsepower and 479 foot-pound of torque. I can't help but think we're sort of seeing the end of some of these big monstrous fossil fuel cars, unfortunately. And as crazy a price as that is at 129 grand, I bet they'll be snapped up by collectors. German bank reports EV firm Arrival running low on cash. I don't know if you've seen Arrival, but they're making these super cool looking EV delivery vans. They look really cool and practical, made in the UK. You know, one of those companies you hope's going to do well. So they had a $100 million investment from Hyundai for a 2.57% stake. Wow. UPS placed a non-binding order for 10,000 vans with an option for a further 10,000. That pushed the company's stock market valuation to around $13.6 billion when it first listed. The company's now valued at $1.2 billion based on its current share price. Well, let's hope they can turn things around, because that looked like a bit of a shining star in the UK automotive market, didn't it, really? Right, Mercedes confirms Maybach SL and plans to axe some compact cars. Their smaller cars are things like the A-Class, the B-Class, the CLA Shooting Brake, GLA, all those kind of things. And basically they're going to cut down the number of entry-level model variants from 7 to 4. Mercedes doesn't go into details about which of the compact vehicles is facing the proverbial axe. Obviously, we also saw BMW recently. It looks like BMW are getting rid of the 1 Series. I guess Mercedes is doing the same thing, focusing on more expensive cars. Those smaller platforms are more difficult to electrify, so I believe. I guess they're just moving up to the stuff that makes them the most money. And they're doing a new Maybach. Yeah. Right, who wants to be driving around in a TOGG next year? TOGG Turkish electric SUV spy tested in Germany. Battery electric vehicle high riders should go into production in Turkey by the end of the year, debuting in early 2023. Turkey's getting ready to launch its first domestic car brand, TOGG, whose first offering will be this chunky electric SUV spied here testing under confusing camo. And its proportions have changed compared to the concept shown back in 2019. So it looks like they're going to do a couple of these powered by a single 200 brake horsepower motor. It looks like there'll be a couple of battery options. Probably it's going to go up to about 250 miles WLTP. Due to go into production in Turkey towards the end of this year, deliveries are expected to begin first quarter of 2023. There you go. That was a new one on me. I'd never heard of that brand, but now I have, and so have you. Thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Please give the video a thumbs up and please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Thank you to everyone that watched last week, and thank you to the couple of people that went onto the website and bought me a coffee. Really appreciate that a lot. As you know, on my channel I also do quite a lot of car leasing content. I've just released a video on car leasing which looks to sort of explain what it is, answer all the questions and sort of point out the pros and cons. So go and check that out. I'm going to pop a link to it up here as we're going out. So go up to that, click on it and go and watch that one. Thanks ever so much. See you next week.